Well, this ain't fun. Something in my tea here. Oh. There we go. I'm having a crappy day. Broke one of my favorite drinking jars. But I'm drinking my bitter melon gourd tea and hosting a live stream for all of you. Adam S. Hey King, how was work, boss? Slow. Was really slow. Tristan, I'm gonna get to you. I just need to read it off the other prompter. Turn that light a little bit. All right. Okay, so Tristan Smith, what's up, buddy? Someone gifted 5 more subs to me today. I'm up to 26 subs, which is like $80, all in 1 month. I'm over the moon excited where the streaming is going. I want to have you on soon as I reach 100 subs. Would you do that? Tristan, I've been on before. Why would I not be on again? You've always been right by me. I mean, a little creepy at times, but you're a good dude. I mean, if I had the time, I'd always be watching your stuff. Someone is going to ask if that's pee. It's medicated tea, for all of you who don't know. Tristan, no, I want to host you in like a conversation style collaboration on Skype or something. We could do that. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. I mean, Joseph P says, hey. Hey, baby. There ain't no easy way out. And now he's laughing at me. Am I singing that bad, bro? Yeah, guys, Tristan, I enjoy your live streams. Your watch hours getting higher. Yeah, I actually got 30 watch hours yesterday or a week ago. What is that? Looked like there was something on my arm, but it's not there. But yeah, I'm getting watch hours. Joshua P says, I can't sleep, I'm bored. Well, it's good to know, Josh, that my channel is a excellent alternative to staring at the wall, wishing you were asleep. Trying to find something interesting for the background here. Yeah. Rusty Dog says, good day. Good day, Rusty. Okay, so in the last 365 days, I have gotten 2,775 public watch hours. This is good, but just remember, every time YouTube takes a new day, you lose an old day. Joseph P. Yeah, it's actually an entertaining live. Dude, I don't know a lot about lives, so are they normally not entertaining? Is this above average? Is this average? So my analytics says that in terms of watch hours, on March 24th, I got a total of 30.8. And on March 25th, I got 26.3. So those are some really good numbers. You know, what I need is 1,000, like 225 watch hours. So, we're looking at about 60 days as a long form with those numbers. But my worst day, let's see, let me switch this to 7 days so I can get it. Worst day in the last 7 days, I did not do a live stream, which was the 20th, and I only got 6 hours. So, yeah, I mean, it's chugging along. Wouldn't say it's wonderful, but Rusty or Tristan, how many watch hours do you need? I need around 1,275. Total of 4,000 to get monetized properly. So we're getting there. Joseph P says, I don't know. Rusty Dog. Here I learn it all quivier, but to puke up my stomach and liver. Okay. Tristan, does live stream hours and VOD hours count together? Um, I believe everything other than shorts watch time counts. And I did look it up, and that's what it said. It said everything other than shorts watch time. So, uh, should be good. I mean, I don't know. My lip is wet. Tito, Chris Farley, your damn curvy boyfriend back. Better than a woman. Joseph P. counts for what? Counts towards your monetization threshold. In YouTube, in order to join the partner program, you have to reach a monetization threshold, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, or so many million shorts views. So YouTube has said that short views watch time is just too easy, so we're not going to count that. I'm going to have to say that one of the things shorts do is they give you more views in general, and getting more eyes on your content is always good. So I should do more shorts. But, I mean, not including this live stream, I should make about 30 units of media per day. All right? That's across all 6 of my blogs, all 6 of my channels. So 30 per day is really what we're shooting for. And I can tell you it's a lot harder than you think. T2, there is a reason why it's wet. Lol, don't know what you're talking about, but sounds gross. Rusty Dog, there once was a man from Wheeling who took a train ride to Djurling. A sign on the door said don't spit on the floor, so he stood up and spat on the ceiling. T2, no shorts, long ones just perfect. I'm a fairly average Jewish boy. So was Ron Jeremy. He was just really short. Or is. I believe he's still alive. T2, okay, serious now. Yeah, after you've said something gross. Oh, someone on my Can You Be Happy and Sad at the Same Time video says, or Popo the Hybrid says, thank you for sharing that anecdote about your mother. That's hard to be vulnerable about, but illustrate your point well. Um, and for those of you who probably are wondering, my mother died when I was 10, and she had a very terrible, she had cancer, and it was putting her in a lot of pain. So when she died, I was quite happy that she was out of pain. Okay, I did not wish any more suffering on my mother, but I also lost my mother. So it's like eating a chocolate bar with a knife in your guts. It's still sweet, but oh god, you know. So yeah, 35 years later still hurts like hell. T2, as a Christian, what do you think as a Jew about Muslims? Okay, T2, I know people accuse me of being a Christian a lot, right? But I'm not, right? I understand Christian philosophy. I encourage Christians to adhere to Christian philosophy because Jesus, being a Jew, was very wise. And he told you not to hate people. This is a very Jewish sentiment. We should exist in the absence of hate. This does include Muslims, of course. We do not hate Muslims. Okay? I hate extremists. I hate those who hurt my people. But I have no problem with Muslims. I begrudge no man his faith so long as his faith harms no man or woman. Although in this context, I'm using the word man to mean member of the human race. I have freaking broken glass. Look, this thing was just ready to break. Drop something trying to get ready for this, and frickin' shards of glass on my... This came from an era of my life where I saved jars. Now, if I need more of these, I will actually buy mason jars instead. Okay. Rusty Dog. Christians believe that we are all God's children. T2 says sorry about your mom. I'm kind of going in the wrong direction. Billy Tay says sorry to hear. Okay. Todd Portfield. Is there anybody in films with the last name Leland? What are you doing? No peeing there. Bad kitty. Have you seen Citizen Kane? His best friend was a man named Mr. Leland. Billy T. Tap the like. Indeed. We have 6 likes so far. Rusty Dog. I would miss my mum terribly. Chill Guy says hi. Rusty Dog. I think Leland is a type of bus. Not as far as I'm aware. T2, you go love Jesus before you love Allah. Don't know much about Allah, but people are killing in his name. Joseph P. Now the live channel is coming to life. It's still missing Amazing Amanda. Rusty Dog. Broken glass is nasty. Joseph P. Wonder where the cats are. Well, there's one up there, and there's one over there, and there's one over there. They're really all around me. And again, Joseph, if you want to see them more, you can always buy them more cat treats. And buying them more cat treats, I will use the cat treats during the blog. They are on my Amazon wish list. I mean, you know, that's a thing. T2, my enemy is my friend. Rusty Dog. That's a big mug. Yes, indeed it is. What happened was, my brother and I went to Black Angus for his birthday, and he asked me to suggest a drink after they offered him Corona, and he said he didn't like Mexican beer. So, I said, have you tried a Black and Tan? A Black and Tan is a light beer and a dark beer. One of them is kept warm, and the tan goes on top, okay? So it's a pale ale and a lager, and the lager goes on top, so you have a clear part at the bottom. And because this is 2 beers, my brother, he loved this drink so much, he bought these mugs just so that he could drink Black and Tans out of them. And every year on his birthday, I would make him a crack top, which means you chill the pale ale, and then you put it in the freezer until it creates a film of ice on top, and you crack the top with the lager. That's why we bought these mugs. Okay. Billy T says, bad kitty indeed. Toby does that. Rusty Dog, there was a New Zealand comedian called Billy T. T2, I joke around as comedian, but understand what the pain is losing a loved one. You know, T2, my father and I didn't get on. He never lived a day of his life without his mother. She died 90 days about 90 days after him at the age of 99. Never could face the world, that one. Joshua P. Where do I find the Amazon wish list at? Okay, let's go through it. All right. So I need to get to my channel page here. Just so you know, I am logged in on this server as a different person. So now, here's my channel page. There is this thing here for more. Okay. And it has a bunch of links there. Right at the bottom is my Amazon wish list. So, I don't know why my email address is not also here, but it used to be. Anyway, so what you would do is you'd go to this and then you'd click on the wish list, and then everything on the wish list comes up. Okay, it says search list cat. All right, and here you have like these are some fly traps that Tristan asked me to add to the list. You know, here's some cat treats. You got all kinds of their cat treats tend to be expensive. I should find some cheaper ones, but like this one, the cheapest one there is $8. But yeah, you know, you can find all kinds of things on my wish list. Well, here's one for $4. Here's one for $3. You know, we'll see if the cats like them. But yeah, that's how you get to my wish list. You go to my channel page and click more. Okay, so where was I? T2. Okay, now that out of the way, he knows I like him. Rusty Dog, I have an Aristarch sippy cup. T2. He looks Irish with that hair. Yes, I am Irish on my father's side. In fact, the name Neal comes from son of Niall O'Neill. And Niall of the Nine Hostages is generally considered the first High King of Ireland. Although the High King tradition was not in place during the reign of Niall. Where did my... Hate it when that happens. Okay. Rusty, I think Leland was Dog's son. Or nephew. Joseph P. I heard a cat. Indeed. Rusty, I think Dog the Bounty Hunter died recently. Not sure. No. He is alive at 72. And indeed, he has a son named Leland. Oh. Billy T. Rusty, interesting. Thanks. Lewis Kuntz, do you still sell bottled farts for $3.50 a pop? I ran all out and need more badly. Mr. Kunst, you've got the wrong guy. Joseph P. Okay, got it. Billy T. Impressive. Rusty Dog, I know his wife died recently. Hmm. There's not a lot of information on his wife, I'm afraid. My mouse is not doing well. I don't know, dude. Doesn't say anything about her being dead. A little more mouse cord here. Yeah, this computer is so old that for some reason it refuses to work with anything but a corded mouse plugged directly into the motherboard. Okay, Dog has been married so many times, I can't look up if any of his wives have died. Okay, so uh, Dog's wife name was Beth Chapman. Is that the one with the ridiculous rack? I mean, let's see here. Ah, indeed, Beth Chapman died 6 years ago. T2, why bring this up? My uncles owned Gaelic club. They were bookies. They left me money. I can tell about this ish. They both deal smoke themselves to death. They were only bookies. Hmm. My grandmother was a bookie and she did not make a lot of money at it. Lewis, who is Dog? Rusty? No, Dog the Bounty Hunter. He had a TV show. Joseph P. Pretty sure just Beth died before. Yes, 6 years ago. T2. I am an actor. Who should hang it? We should hang out. Hollywood or bust. Have you been in anything, T2? I mean, can I find you on IMDb? Okay, so somebody asked in my bedroom trash video, may I ask what the graphic is you use for a background? I actually have to look it up because I don't remember. Hmm. I think it's just paint. That's the graphic the guy's asking me about. Anyway, probably not something I should be messing with right now. So, Rusty Dog says, Rusty Dog, Dog the Bounty Hunter, great grandfather giggle. T2, you bet the star I be just the manager this summer. Bring a friend. I get 19% if you make it big. Chris Farley. Chill Guy, I watched this video. I was actually pretty interesting. You watched Bedroom Trash? Yeah. One of the things I do is I go to my blog and I randomly take graphics like this one and I use them for the background of my videos in order to distinguish the video. Just it's there strictly for the reason of making the video look different than other videos because I'm not good at Photoshop, which is weird because I have a blog for photography, but I can't like make a thumbnail in anything less than an hour. So because of that, I rely on YouTube generated thumbnails. And I need to make them interesting somehow. T2, John Belushi. Hmm. Rusty Dog, Dolly Parton found two thumbs under her breasts. Turned out to be her shoes. Yeah. Todd Porterfield says, I love meat curtains. That could mean more than one thing, but typically, dude, you call them beef strings. Todd Porterfield, Beth died during breast reduction. That sucks. Okay, guys, we're slowing down here. Don't have a lot of people watching. You guys got to talk if you want me to keep doing this. Otherwise, I got things to do. T2, play your Irish part. Believe me, you be more popular with regular guys like Conan O'Brien. What do you mean, play my Irish part? Rusty Dog, Dolly Parton is like a nightclub. Two big bouncers out front. Mm. You coax the blues right out of the horn, May. You charm the husk right off of the corn, May. T2, go play Pac-Man then, lol. I think I have Pac-Man on an old phone somewhere. You're looking swell, Dolly. We can tell, Dolly. You're still going, you're still growing, you're still going strong. T2, with that red hair, I bald as F like Joe Rogan. This is blood blonde, I'll have you know. So get it right. Rusty Dog, never say am not to a Star Wars robot. He will only say R2. DeSmith, is it true that LA water comes out of the tap gray? No, it does not. T2 Lowell, you won't be hired for singing comic talent like John Candy. I will have you know that the largest audience I perform to is like 2,500. Okay, people have paid actual money to see me sing. Probably not so much to hear me sing, just kind of to see it, but that's not the point, is it? Rusted Dog, I have Pac-Man on my PlayStation. Really? You know, Pac-Man was originally going to be Puck-Man, but they said, no, no, the 8-year-old says no. No, no. Storm. Stormy. Stormy. Rusty Dog, I will give you 200 Aussie dollars for a lock of your hair. Which is an Aussie dollar in American? Storm. To Smith, I was at a NAR once and I got a drink called LA Water and it was gray and cloudy. They made it wrong. Okay, and LA Water is vodka, pineapple juice, coconut rum, blue Karoka, Midori, and sweet and sour mix. 1 ounce of each. That is an official LA Water. It's garnished with 2 lime slices. Not wedges, slices. There's a difference. Storm. Storm alarm. Storm goes, you mother effer, I was sleeping. She's actually normally pretty cuddly. Rusty Dog, try toilet water. Looks like chocolate milk. No, it doesn't. No, 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 it doesn't. T2, mainstream wants you to be funny like Chris Farley and John Candy. Don't blow it. That's why I be your manager millionaire. What do you think, Stormy? Stormy says, I was sleeping on the printer. And then you've got to go and be a dick and wake me up. This house doesn't burn down slowly. To ashes, to ashes. And I'm tired of changing who I am. You know, Stormy, you being such a pretty cat, the whole point is for me to show people how pretty you are. And you want to sit in the corner and not be pretty. Rusted Dog, Bud Dog is chasing a mouse. Giggle. Itsuki, hello Richard, I hope you are well. Are you tired? Indeed. Mike Wolin, what up, Rich? You saved me from down scrolling. Okay. T2, Richard, what to be serious actor, not now. We talk Jim Carrey way. Um, no, most of my stuff is comedy. I do a Donald Trump impersonation. I did a Joe Biden impersonation. I pretended to be Vladimir Putin. Oh, Mike says doom scrolling. There will be doom and gloom as things go boom. In Dexter's laboratory lives the smartest boy you've ever seen. But Dee Dee blows his experiments to smithereens. Look at how pretty Stormy is. Is she not a pretty kitty? Look at this pretty kitty. Yes. Itsuki, did you invent that song? No, that is the theme song to Dexter's Laboratory, which is an old cartoon I used to watch. Not like super old, not from my childhood, but Mike, don't say weird things about my cats. That's just no. Mike, Dexter's Laboratory. Indeed. Mm, okay, so I've got something pretty serious for you guys here. Rusty Dog, did you ever watch Danger Mouse? Yes. Mike Hawk, what's on the itinerary for tonight? Work. Lots of it. Mike Woolen, where is the freak at? I need a rusty trombone. T2, I hang with actors and comedians all the time. Crazy, but we do get laid. Do you live in LA, bro? Because I do. Rusty Dog, Mike, I don't have a trombone. Okay, so guys here, I believe his name is Paul Cotto, just 12 hours ago, wrote on one of my videos, says, Hi, Richard. I'm from the non-reparative sleep video from 8 years ago. I'm going through the same situation. I've always slept naturally, but after an emotional, stressful, and anxious period, I started sleeping a lot, but I wake up and I don't feel rested, as if I didn't get sleep into deep sleep phase. I am being followed by a psychiatrist who prescribed me antidepressants for anxiety. What do you advise me to do? Do you think it's a permanent situation? How did you deal with it? It's been going on for 4 months. I think if you answer me, or thanks if you answer me, I'm depressed. Wow. Wonder why he didn't comment on the video about non-reparative sleep. Mm, that's going to be a long one. Mike, I take a Dirty Sanchez. It's Dirty Sancho. Then Rusty. Rusty Dog, is that a movie? Okay, Rusty, you're not American, so you wouldn't know. But a Dirty Sancho is when somebody sticks their finger up your rectum, gets excrement on that finger, and then draws a mustache on your face so you look like Dirty Sancho. Mike, Rusty, I'll supply the trombone. You just need to play it. Oh, no, no. Rusty, I don't play an instrument except the slide whistle. Rusty says gross. T2, if I can get Richard on Joe Rogan or on Netflix special, I be rich and ye be richer as his manager. Yeah, dude. Better yet, do you know anyone who would produce a film? Because I've got a couple of films written that I need producers for. Mike Wolin, do you know T2? Do you know Denzel Washington? T2, I got two things: smoked with Joe Rogan, weed, and 1990s. And Joey Diaz lets me give him jokes on his show. Who is Joey Diaz? T2, how much? What do you mean, how much? Mike Wolin, you do coke with Joey Diaz? Just an 8 ball. Rusty Dog, we call Coca Cola. T2, you don't know Joey Diaz. No, I do not. Let me see. Joey doesn't look familiar, I'm afraid. Longest Yard, My Saints Network, Joe Rogan Experience, Spider Man 2. Might have seen him in that. This is not happening. Yeah, looks like the kind of guy that would play a mobster. T2, OMG, Joe Diaz, the great comedian Joe Diaz, best friend. Or Joe Rogan, best friend. Dude, I hardly know Joe Rogan, you know? Mike Wolin, he has Coke stories that are very interesting. Oh, bet. I'm doing the things that I wanna do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I eat my candy with the pork and beans. T2, he has his own podcast. That is not a brag. Rusty Dog, I asked a bloke where my cut was, and he said, your throat if you don't shut up. Giggle, just made that up. Not bad. I mean, one of my favorite jokes that I made up is, like this guy walks up to me and says, what's the difference between a Jew and a pizza? And I say, well, the pizza's not about to kick your ass. There's this old joke, what's the difference between a Jew and a pizza? Pizzas don't scream when you put them in the oven. T2, I get you on Rogan. That's like the Stones and Doors going on Sullivan. What would I do on Joe Rogan? I mean, do a comedy routine? Because I have some material. I just never really put it together in a routine. Rusted Dog, great movie lines. Mm, that was Weezer I was singing, by the way, in case any of you didn't know. I wonder if Weezer's still together. I mean, I'm so old that I remember when the Beastie Boys broke up. T2, Rogan is 3 hours. Screw the Jew part, you look Irish like Bill Maher. Isn't Bill Maher part Jewish as well? Robo, what do you order from In-N-Out? 4x4. I'm a big man, I need a big burger. Ramen lover, bring back laser dick. Oh, it's disc. It's disc. My bad. I think laser dick is a lot funnier though. Rusty Dog, there is a band called Cockroaches. I bet there is. T2, Rogan does 3 hours to weed out fakes. Eh? You mean I'd have to like be there for 3 hours, or he does a 3 hour show? Roach, Bill O'Reilly maybe. Rusty Dog, I thought Bill Maher is American. Yes, but I believe he's got some Jew in him. T2, Bill Maher, Irish and Jewish. I know he was raised Catholic. Maybe I just think he's Jewish because he's smart. It's like, there's a joke someone told me. Bill O'Reilly is driving on a country road with his driver, and the driver hits a pig. And Bill O'Reilly says, okay, now go into the farmhouse and apologize for killing that pig. And So the driver slowly marches into the farmhouse, and he's there for like 2 hours. Comes out, and you know, Bill Bill O'Reilly's like, "What the hell took you so long? You know, I've got places to be." And the driver goes, "I don't understand. You know, like they sat me down at the kitchen table, and the wife made me cookies, and the daughter kissed me on the cheek and wanted to play her flute for me, and they told me what a great person I was, and they poured me a beer, and so I was there this whole time. I had to sober up from the beer, and they wanted to give me whiskey, but I said no." And Bill O'Reilly goes, "Well, what did you say to them?" And he goes, "Well, I said I'm Bill O'Reilly's driver, and I just killed the pig." Okay, T2, Bernie Sanders should no longer be considered Jewish. He is a Quaisling. Very disappointed in that man. Mike Wolin, I am not Jewish, but I do wear a yarmulke for meetings so I can bill at an hourly rate. Robi, 4x4 with onions or grilled no, no onions. It's a 4x4 cheese and lettuce only. I like the taste of meat, not onions. That didn't come out right. T2, 3 hours, you and Rogan. I don't know what we talk about. Mike Wolin, Rich, let me know if you want to get on the Tonight Show. Mike Ock has connections. Of course, yes, indeed. Get me on the Tonight Show. Rusty Dog, caramelized onions, barbecue, and cola. No. Roach is laughing. T2, you're both compassionate Jew, but that Irish side there to take control and be boss. I'm. People have called me the mascot Jew of Orange County. Roba, didn't know how much of a meat lover you are. Well, look, here's the thing about being heterosexual is that sexuality is a circle. I'm as heterosexual as I can be without becoming gay. So if I be any more heterosexual, like have a love of barbecue, it makes me just a little gay. Mike, Rich, you're Irish? Dude, my name is Richard Leland Neal. Leland is a Gaelic name, and Neal is the most Irish name ever. The only way I could be any more Irish is if I was named Seamus O'Reilly. Ramen lover, Bernie Sanders is like the socialist teacher that ran in some terrible university in Bradford or Leeds. Don't trust him, I never have. Yeah, dude, he's a Quaisling. I mean, it's like, yes, we should stop the war, but not. They shouldn't give us back our women and children. F you, Bernie. I mean, I got no problem with a high death toll in a high death toll of people who hold my children hostage and rape women. I had no problem with that, you know. And I don't trust them when they say that the Israelis are killing civilians because guess what? They're a bunch of liars who are holding women and children hostage. Want the war to end? How about return the hostages? War would end. T2, you look Irish, my man. Embrace it. I don't push it away. I mean, look, dude. I don't show up to places dressed like a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day anymore. But that's more because I aged out of that. Mike Woolen, how are you Jewish and Irish? My mother was Jewish and my father was Irish. This is not that hard. Mike, I am 1/8 Irish. Donald or Daniel O'Donnell is Irish. Typically, if you have an O in your name, you are indeed Irish. Roba, are you the first Jewish redhead to exist? No. Pretty sure I'm not. Mike Hawk, swollen. You're a cheap drunk. No, I am not. Rusty Dog, Jewish isn't a nationality, it's a religion. Rusty, I'm 31% Ashkenazi Hebrew. Okay? I subscribe to Jewish philosophy. After the October 7th attack, the October 7th massacre, a rabbi contacted me and wished to have counsel. T2, I love red-haired girdle. Girdled. Okay. And this rabbi, we gave each other two affirmations that are common amongst Jews. The first one being, if not me, then who? And the second one being, we are held to a higher standard. What he took from this conversation was that I told him, how do you live with criticism? How do you deal with criticism? You live so that no one will believe it. And he told me that he intended to include that statement in a sermon. So, Rusty Dog, interesting. So just to be clear, I am so Jewish that when rabbis speak to me, they gain Jewish perspective. I am infectiously Jewish. In fact, Ancestry just sent me something saying they have information on my grandmother, who is dead. 5 years now. 6 years, maybe. Hard to keep it all track, you know. Mike Wolin, Jewish is contagious? Only when I have it. Rusty Dog, I'm Australian. My blood smells like gum leaves. I would think that your blood would smell like eucalyptus, but okay. T2, he's Irish, or he Irish, he knows, he in the club. Ramen lover, my granddad was Jewish, but we were all brought up Methodist. Well, no one's perfect. Armin, how are you Jew and Irish? Mike, do you like deep fried breaded mushrooms? Hell to the yes. Armin, my father was Irish, and my mother was Jewish. Rusty Dog, mushroom is a good on toast. I just actually had, guys, a mushroom bison cheeseburger using bison from Blue River Exotic Meats. Armin, it doesn't make sense that you are somehow Jewish and Irish and Ukrainian. I don't get it either. I actually had people from Australia, believe it or not, contact me and ask about my Ukrainian ancestry. They and I share family in Ukraine. This is apparently on my father's side. All right. Now, again, the actual genetic breakdown points to me being more British than Irish, but British is a general term for people from all over the island, not exclusive to Irish. So, I mean, if you went out there and you really tracked down who my family is, it's like, yes, my grandfather was of the Irish descent. He was a descendant of the first Mormon colony in Salt Lake City. I believe the Ukrainian comes from my grandmother, who was in Canada, or was Canadian. My grandmother on my mother's side was from Sicily, and my grandfather from my mother's side was from Czechoslovakia. Mike Wolin, Armin, he is Cuban, Australian, and Zimbabwean. Rusty Dog, a man stood next to his clone. He was beside himself. Yeah. Armin, my neighbor was born in Ukraine. Her name is Yevgenia, I think. Is she hot? She's probably hot. I mean, Ukrainian women so hot. Kalo Modica. I'm part Irish and part Italian. T2. When you read this summer, we meet in Boston. I have a red head family for him. We take a train together. We document it to Hollywood. I will make a movie about it. We will win awards. Seriously, Valentine, you've peed on that 100 times. You had to knock it over too? Armin, she's married with 2 kids, but hot. Mm, yeah, yeah. Rusty Dog, distantly related to Hans Christian Andersen. Mm. T2, Cannes Festival. All right. Armin, although she's like 26 years old, older than me, I think. Hey, look, you know, if I could bang one celebrity, just like one celebrity, one night of torrid romance, Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, not young Jamie Lee Curtis. I want old Jamie Lee Curtis. Although I wouldn't kick old Dolly Parton out of my bed either. Okay, guys, I can feel it in my side. We've been here more than an hour. My dog has his nose in my ear. Okay. Mike Wolin, I'd take Team Dolly and Jamie Lee with you any day. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Cole Madiko, I hear cat meowing in the background. Indeed. That was Valentine. Mike Wolin, take a bump. MR. If Richard banged one celebrity, it'd be Betty White the same year she died, or Elizabeth Waldo today. Don't be a dick. Mike, stay up. T2, I pay for the long train ride to Hollywood this summer. Free ride, and you get famous. Plus, this redhead says she F all free. We both become famous. If you're famous, you get all the redheads you want. Robin Lover, my friend thought I was strange because I'm Tara Fitzgerald, the hottest woman. Rusty Dog, where's Waldo? Mike Wolin, I would pick Betty White right after she. Ugh. My computer is not cooperating. Um, 106, huh? Yeah, not so much my type. Mike, is necrophilia a crime? Yes. Ramen Lover, look up Tara Fitzgerald. Robaha, would you let Dolly Parton peg you? Not sure what that means, probably not. Knowing she's actually a man. Tara. Mm. She ain't all that. Being as women go, married to a man, so I guess not a transgender, or at least a very convincing. J Street John, R.I.P. George Foreman. Rusty Dog, I meant. C2, her name Nicole White as Snow. Skinny Girl, leave after 4th of July. Documentary, this we both be famous. Amtrak sponsor, please be the guy. Both your big break Hollywood. Who would take care of my cats, dude? Okay, guys, I normally do these for an hour. This one's gone over the hour. Robaha, if you could, what superpower would you have? Immortality. It would eventually suck, but, well. Ramen Lover, I think we can all agree Gillian Anderson is the hottest woman ever. Not hottest woman ever, but certainly would not kick her out of my bed. Hey, Marsh, stay with us. Bit charred. Rusty Dog, a female fox is a vixen. J. St. John, how many cats do you have and can we see 'em? I have too damn many and I can only pull a couple of them over here. T2, my mother or sister take care of our cats. Got too many to take. She'd have to come here. Amar, did you find the lost one yet? No, and I don't believe I'm going to. Rusty Dog, excuse my spelling. Amar, pray for missing cat. You know, it's very likely somebody picked him up and decided to adopt him. He was very friendly, so I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. Being my neighbors suck, but T2, you are the deal. No one can replace you on this. It's less than 14 days. Yeah, but I'd lose my jobs. Amar, pray missing cat didn't wind up in Chinese person's house, neighborhood, or restaurant. Yeah. Across the street, my neighbors are Asian. I don't know what kind, but they own a dog, so they're probably not into eating pets. Rusty Dog, praying if someone else got him, it was a nice person like Richard. Yeah, indeed. I mean, probably what happened is one of my neighbors caught him and took him somewhere. And, maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. Mike Wolin, Amar, hopefully it didn't wind up as orange chicken to a local Orient. Guys, that's disgusting. Ramen lover, we had ducks go missing from our neighbor's pond. Finally, enough local Chinese takeaway lived nearby. T2, but future millionaire and famous. You know, dude, again, I've got some rather inexpensive ideas for a film. Amar, show me picture of Asian neighbor. I'll tell you what they are, or Google what difference between Asians to see what name. I haven't even gotten a good look. Look, my next door neighbor went and talked to the Asian neighbor, and now they avoid me, which is fine. I mean, if anyone's just going to believe a random person what they say about another person, they can fuck off. T2 plus Nicole. Rusty, giggle, Richard swear. I swear on occasion. Mike Wold, I have Asian neighbors, not look good for kitties. Yeah, I know. I mean, look, to be fair, his mother went missing for like a week or two and then just came back. And it's happened more than once. So, I mean, there's somebody who's feeding them because there's no way she didn't come back hungry. She just came back. So, I mean, she loves me. She wants to live here, but, you know. So it's entirely possible that there's somebody in my neighborhood that isn't a dick. They're just trying to be good to cats and thinks mine are strays. Paul, you should give them cat as peace offering. If they don't like me without ever speaking to me, they can go straight to hell. Ramen lover, I hate gossip too. When I drop my kids off at school, any mothers that try to add gossip to me, I tell them I'm too old. They look confused. Rusty Dog, could he have fathered kittens somewhere? No, he's too young. A couple of weeks, maybe. Mike Armin, methinks someone is putting their dingle dangle in that. Okay, you guys are just getting weird. I'm gonna go. I'm. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. This is not the longest live stream I've done, but it's pretty long. So I think I've entertained you sufficiently, and I'm going to get some other things done. I'm Richard.